Hi BC family, welcome to your midweek devotion. Have you ever been in the smack dab middle of something, right? You have a problem that you're just waiting to have answered, or you've made a choice because you felt like you were being led and guided and now you're thinking, I'm not sure, right? You're waiting for the next steps, but waiting can be hard. It's in the waiting where we begin to doubt ourselves. We begin to doubt whether God gave us the dream or the direction. We wonder if we're really supposed to be praying for what we've been praying for. We wonder if we made the right choice. And why is that? Because it's taking a long time, or maybe it's becoming really difficult. But that's when we have to take ourselves back to God's word. Isaiah 40:31 reminds us that there is strength for us, even in the waiting. It says, but those who wait for the Lord, who expect, look for, and hope in him, will gain new strength and renew their power. I'm reading a book by Lisa Osteen, and I wanted to pull a quote from it. She said, God always leads us to triumph when we put our faith and trust in him. He is the one who brings victory out of the ashes of your life. He has stored up goodness for you. There is no doubt that we will face adversity, opposition, and persecution, but you can always expect victory in your life because it's our spiritual inheritance, your God-given DNA. So she challenged us, and she said, my challenge to you is this: always plan on victory in your life, no matter what you're going through right now today. And that brought encouragement to me this morning because I needed to hear that. I also want to encourage us with a visual from Daniel. Daniel 10:12 says that the first day Daniel prayed, God heard his prayer and dispatched the answer with the angel Gabriel. So I love that because it said on the first day Daniel prayed, God heard his prayer and dispatched his angels. But Daniel didn't receive the answer immediately. In fact, 3 weeks later, an angel appeared to him in a vision and said, Daniel, you are greatly beloved. Don't be afraid. Since the first day you set your mind to humble yourself and seek God, your words were heard. And I have come in response to your prayers. And this is verse 11 through 12. It is very interesting what the angel told Daniel next, though. And I love this visual. He said, Gabriel explained that for 21 days, he faced opposition in the spiritual realm, so much so that he had to get help from the angel Michael. And together they fought off the enemies of darkness. And that's in verse 13. What an amazing visual, right? Notice where it said 3 weeks had gone by and he was still waiting. But you know what Daniel was doing? He was still seeking and spending time with God, getting strength in the waiting. And Gabriel came with some encouragement. He said, on day 1, your prayer was heard and the angels were dispatched. Because when you pray, all of heaven starts to work on that problem. It starts to go to get your victory. And that's such a great visual. You may be in the waiting, but no, your prayer was heard on day 1. Your heart's desire or your decision because you said, God, I'm trusting that I'm being led by you, right? And heaven is working while we're in the waiting. So I want to encourage everyone today, don't lose hope in the waiting. Don't get discouraged. Hagen one time was in this meeting with his deacons of the church, and they were discussing a problem they had, and they kept talking about it and talking about it. And sure enough, Hagen said the problem became bigger and seemed harder. Then one of the deacons looked at him and said, oh, Brother Hagen, what in the world are we going to do? Because now the problem seems so big. And he said, he smiled and said, we're going to act like the Bible is true. And that also struck a chord with me this morning. Act like the Bible is true, because it is true. If I believe it's true, then why am I acting in fear and starting to doubt? No, I'm going to act like the Bible is true. If we believe it, then we act like it. And I just loved that simple statement. When the fear and what if I'm wrong pops into your head, we have to stop that process and say, nope, God's going to work all things out for my good. I'm following God. And even if I missed it, God's mercies are fresh and new, right? God's mercy is there. If I didn't actually hear from God correctly and I'm not, he knows my heart. I believe I'm being led. So his grace is going to start to steer me in the right direction, restore anything that's lost, because God is a good God. So this week, I want to tell you and myself that I'm putting God's word first and I'm acting like it's so. Have a great week. Bye.